Our first segment, produced by senior Riley Miller, follows junior Yamani Hunter to a local apiary to learn about the hobby of beekeeping.
Hi, I'm Yamani Hunter, and I'm with Bosse's EVSC Community Link. Today we are in Spencer County, Indiana, learning how to harvest honey. Here with me is Scott Wetzel.
Here's the bees. I want to light a smoker, get some smoke going. This smoker is a lot smaller than the normal smoker. I do a lot of this stuff on a motorcycle, so I try to carry small stuff with me. But it does work. Yamada, you might want to put your suit on.
Okay.
This is my son Jacob. He helps me quite a bit. He thinks he's going to be good without a suit today, but we'll find out.
Why should you keep a smoker with you when working with bees?
It kind of disorients them, and it also gives them something to do. They're actually trying to get the smoke out of their hive and away from them, so it kind of occupies them.
What kind of wood are you putting in the smoker?
It's some maple, rotten maple. It's real spongy and soft, and it smokes real good. It works really well. It's almost like cork, so soft. I get it going pretty good. All right. This is a hive tool. It's what I use for taking the boxes apart and pulling the frames out.
How many bees are in each hive, and what type of bee will we be seeing today?
These are European bees, a mix from probably several different countries, because bees are not actually a native of the United States. And there are approximately anywhere from 25 to 35,000 bees in this box. I want to start putting a little smoke in the entrance here to get some in there, let them know I'm a-coming. I'm going to squirt a little in the top here. This is the inner cover. It's like the attic space of a house. Put a little sugar water on there to make them a little busy. Okay, this right here is just a frame with comb on it. There's a little bit of honey in it. They're putting some in there, but it's empty, and there you can see the bees flying around on this. In a good honey flow in the springtime, they can fill a box just like this in about a week. You know, a real strong hive.
What are the different types of bees that are inside the hive?
You got your queen. You got, she's the one that lays all eggs. She's the mother of it all. She's a female. And then you've got drones, that's the males. And then you got the worker bees. They're female bees as well, but all they do is work. They don't lay the eggs.
What's the lifespan of each type of bee?
About 3 months. Now right here is some honey on here that's capped and some that's uncapped. This is the capped area right here. Okay, we're going to go a little deeper into the box here. Be a few more bees down here.
How often do they requeen?
Bees naturally swarm 1 or 2 times a year, and then when they do that, they make new queens, queen cells. That's the next queen, and they And that's how they reproduce too. They make more hives that go out into the wild, or a beekeeper catches them and puts them in a box like this and works with them. They got a better chance if a beekeeper has them, because there are so many. We don't have the hollow trees and different places, and they're not as successful unless a beekeeper gets them. He can take care of them and baby them. Probably out of 10 swarms, if they go into the wild, only 1 or 2 of them will make it to the next year. But if a beekeeper gets them, about 90% of them will survive, because the beekeeper usually feeds them and spoils them just a little bit.
So right now, are these workers or drones, or a mix of both?
There's not a lot of drones in here. This time of year, you don't have a lot of drones. It's in the springtime when they're making queen cells and swarming, they raise drones. Right now, they're throwing the drones out. It's cooling off, and they're going out and freezing or getting eaten by birds or whatever. So it's bad to be a drone in the fall.
How can you tell the queen from the other bees?
She's longer, probably about another half size longer. And usually a lot of times a little different color. This one here, she'll probably be a pretty dark queen, where some of them they'll be almost like an orange.
How often do you get stung?
I went 1 year, only got stung 1 time, and I've done this every weekend, about every Sunday. And there's been days where I got stung 10, 15 times. Should only work with them in good weather. When they're working, they're busy.
So Scott, we're away from your beehives now, and we're at the Selvin General Store, am I correct?
Yes.
And what exactly are we going to be doing here today?
We're going to extract the honey from the comb by cutting the caps off of it, and then we're going to stick in here, in this machine here, and we're going to swing this, and the centrifugal force will fling the honey out, and it'll go down the walls down to the bottom.
What is this tool you're using?
It's a hive tool. It's a heated knife that cuts through the wax of the cappings. You got to saw a little bit, push a little bit, and there you can see the honey and the caps coming off. The caps is real good wax. You can make candles or whatever you want with that.
How is the beeswax made?
It's made from a secretion from the bees. And they can draw it out, make comb and cappings to seal it off. Hand me another one there, Jake. Big full one.
What's that?
This is the honey extractor. This is what it swings around in. Oh, did I answer it too quick?
Yeah.
Sorry. Oop. Turn loose. Don't go too fast right off.
How long do you have to crank the?
About 4 or 5 minutes. 4 or 5 minutes, and it's starting to swing out and hit the walls now. You can see it down in there, and you'll start smelling it. You'll smell the honey too. All right, Jaker, go ahead and stop it, and then we switch them around. Okay, now next step of the process is we picked it up off the floor, we set it here, and I want to put this plastic tub right here, and I got our filter right here, our double filter. I want to set that right here. Then I want to open this so that the honey can come out of it. And I hope I don't miss. There we go. And you can see little pieces of wax coming out, but it's going to get filtered out.
How long does this part usually take?
A couple hours. Now the stiffer the honey is, the slower it goes. It's got to go through both filters, but it's a lot of guys will have bottling tanks. They'll put this honey into another tank that's got a water jacket around it that's heated.
I noticed you had like another display back here in the back of the store. Can you explain what that is?
That's just an observation beehive. It's not for taking honey from or anything like that. It's for just learning and seeing, and just something interesting to look at.
Thank you, Scott, for showing us how honey goes from the hive to the table. From Selvin General Store, for Bosse's EVSC Community Link, I'm WNIN Hunter.